Top 20 Loan Officer Interview Questions and Answers. A loan officer's job is a lucrative one with a handsome pay package and ample growth opportunities. However, it is a role that requires an excellent sense of responsibility, decision-making, and communication skills, along with other qualifications. Interviewers test these qualities in prospective candidates before they hire them for their companies. Here are the top 20 questions that would help you prepare for a successful interview for the role. 1. Why are you interested in this role? The interviewer wants to know what drives you towards this job. Be honest with your reason to apply for the role, and talk about your skills that make you apt for the job. Sample answer: I am interested in this job because I feel my skills are perfectly suited to the role of a loan officer. Being an able decision maker. A level-headed person, possessing impressive interpersonal skills and a keen eye towards details. The job role seems just the area where I can prosper. 2. What are the roles of a loan officer? The interview wants to test your knowledge regarding the job role to see how well informed you are. List out the responsibilities associated with the position of a loan officer in brief. Sample answer: a loan officer for a financial institution is entrusted with reviewing, authorizing, and recommending approval for personal and commercial loans. There are several responsibilities like meeting the applicants personally and determining their creditworthiness. The officer must assess the financial history of the client, evaluate the risk, and take prudent decisions before approving or rejecting a loan. Moreover, a loan officer must have a sound knowledge of the economy, market rates, and loan regulations. They must communicate the risks and benefits of the loan and also establish cordial business relations with present and existing clients. 3. What are the qualities that a loan officer need to be successful? This question is important. The interviewer wants to see whether you know what qualities you need to be successful at this job. So, mention all the skills needed to be a successful loan officer. Sample answer: in my opinion, a loan officer must have sound knowledge of economy, finance, and banking, and the software related to these fields, along with some experience in sales and marketing. Moreover, a loan officer must have the quality of appropriate decision-making and have a keen eye towards detail. Lastly, I believe communication skills are the most important quality of a loan officer and are indispensable to the job. 4. What major challenges did you face during your last role? How did you manage them? The recruiter tries to understand your problem-solving capabilities through this question. Your answer will reflect how you react to a challenging situation. So, describe a situation from your experience where you used tactful techniques to solve it. Sample answer: I was quite young when I joined my first job. I had to handle various kinds of customers. Since I was inexperienced initially, I did not know how to handle an angry client with a calm mind. However, that was the particular area that I took on as my biggest challenge and turned things in my favor very soon. I worked on my patience and resilience to face these situations with composure. I realized that only if I worked on improving my communication skills could I deal with any client in any situation with a firm hand, perform the best negotiation, and maintain a courteous, professional stance. 5. Describe your daily routine as a loan officer. The recruiter asks this question to see how well organized you are and how you schedule your daily activities at the workplace. Chalk out a plan as your answer, scheduling your daily responsibilities as a loan officer. Sample answer: as a loan officer, my first work for the day would be forming a schedule and sticking to it for optimum time management. I would sort out the key accounts and handle them first to pay more attention to them. Before processing each loan, I shall look into the weak areas, if any, proofread for documentation errors and typing mistakes. I must also double-check and organize everything before submitting it to the underwriter. A certain part of the work hours would also be allotted to meeting new clients, reviewing applications, and getting them verified by credit analysts. 6. Describe briefly about your experience. This question is mostly asked in all job interviews. The recruiters want to know whether you are a fresher or an experienced candidate. So, mention your years of experience and the companies you have worked in or the roles you have handled. Sample answer: from my high school and college years, I was dedicated to a career in banking and finance. I took up commerce in school and graduated with a degree in economics and a diploma in banking and finance. I started working in the banking and finance sector and have handled responsibilities for 2 years in customer service and 3 years in sales. Besides, I have always done a course in operational computer skills. being proficient in Microsoft Office. The exposure and training have developed my strong interpersonal skills and ability to deal with clients. 7. What kind of strategies and mindset is required for this role? The interviewer wants to know whether you possess the right mindset for a loan officer and what strategies you have planned for the role. Speak about your mindset and strategies, developed through professional experience, which you feel are suitable for this job. Sample answer: this particular job role requires a professional to have well lined out strategies and a firm mindset to be successful. I must take a well-thought decision, be firm in standing by it, and not change them just to please the clients, who may often get displeased when their applications get rejected. Moreover, a growth mindset is important here to always keep the room open for learning and improvement. 8. What is the biggest challenge that you foresee in this job? Interviewers ask this question to see how you perceive risks and challenges in a job and react to them. Research well about the job role and speak about what you feel is the toughest part. Sample answer: the biggest challenge in the life of a loan officer is identifying the right clients who would repay their loans timely and not pose risks to the company. Any mistake here could be a significant financial risk for the company. 9. How do you stay motivated in your work? This is a general question that interviewers often ask to see what keeps you motivated in your career. Mention what keeps you inspired in your job. Sample answer: motivation should come from the challenges in the job, which should be turned into goals. Having both short-term and long-term goals in the career to generate business is of utmost importance. The work shall get interesting only when we look at the nearest goals and motivate ourselves towards achieving them. 10. Describe a time when you failed in this role and a lesson you learned. Most interviewers ask this question to see how honestly you answer. They test your integrity to see if you own up your mistakes and whether you take it as a learning experience. Be honest with your answer here and talk about any failure which made you learn an important lesson. Sample answer: as an inexperienced candidate, I had made a few mistakes at the beginning of my career. Once I had to go through an agreement, and I had made the blunder of not going into the minute details carefully. The consequences were quite a blow to me back then. I understood the importance of reading banking agreements and financial documents with attention to the minutest details. Since then, I skimmed the agreement at first to get an overall idea. Then, I get a thorough and close reading. I've also inculcated the habit of proofreading documents to be doubly sure always. 11. Why do you feel you are the most suited for this role? This is one way of asking why the company should hire you. Mention your skills and experience which you feel make you the most suitable candidate for the job role and discuss how well you can handle the responsibilities. Sample answer: over the years, I have learned the importance of prompt and accurate decision-making and paying attention to detail, which are very important for the role of a loan officer. I thoroughly acquaint myself with the regulations and clauses, verify the documentation with utmost focus, and proofread every detail before taking a decision about the loan processing. I've also worked hard on my interpersonal skills, which I feel would help to establish excellent customer service on behalf of your company. Also, I possess the resilience to deal with clients with a calm demeanor. 12. Share with us your greatest achievement. Interviewers are always keen to know about your biggest achievement in your career. Mention any incident which made you feel successful in your previous job. Sample answer: my greatest achievement till now was the day I became the most dedicated employee of the year at my last job to bring the highest business to the company with minimum errors. The moment came after a lot of hard work and patience I had put into the job, and reaching my target truly felt rewarding. 13. How would you ensure business for the company? This is a direct question related to the job profile, where the recruiters want to know your strategies to ensure business and how well prepared you are to handle such responsibilities. You can answer this from your experience in a similar job profile or research the ways of getting more clients for the company. Sample answer: as a loan officer, I cannot just wait for clients to contact the bank or walk in with a loan application on their own. Increasing business flow is crucial for any bank or financial organization. I may use my existing clientele and try to convince them to upsell, outlining the benefits given by the bank. I will personally talk to them about their goals and future requirements to see if they need any financial service we can offer. I shall also bank upon the referral opportunities that come with every satisfied client. 14. How do you calculate risk assessment? This is another technical question to see how well acquainted you are with professional terms related to banking, finance, and loans. Mention the definition of the term in brief before telling how you would calculate it. Sample answer. Risk assessment helps gauge the borrower's risk of paying off the loan and its impact on the bank. The formula of risk assessment is measuring the maximum amount of loss that can occur and multiplying it with the probability of the loss. 15. Are you acquainted with automated loan processing tools? The interviewer may test your knowledge of IT skills related to finance by asking this question. Mention the software you are acquainted with or the ones you have used in your previous jobs to show that you are capable of working with them. Sample answer. Since I have been working in the banking sector and have a sound knowledge of finance, I've also learned to work with finance-related software. I am familiar with automated loan processing tools like Desktop Underwriter, Salesforce, and Loan Prospector. Moreover, I am also adept in using other software like Microsoft Excel. 16. Which areas are you concerned with while reviewing a loan? The recruiters test your adeptness at being a potential loan officer by asking you about the most important areas to focus while reviewing a loan. Research about the factors to be most concerned with while approving or rejecting a loan. Sample answer. Reviewing a loan means taking into account the risk factor accurately before accepting or rejecting it. For this work, I focus on the credit, capacity, and collateral of the borrower to evaluate the risks involved. I am also concerned with the present debt load of the client, and also verify their income sources to understand their ability to pay off the loan and service it. 17. What is risk layering? This technical question shows your research regarding the job role and suggests how well prepared you are. Mention what you understand by the term and how it's helpful for loan approval. Sample answer. Risk layering implies cases when the borrower has several risks across their capacity to pay and their credit history. Risk layering helps to determine whether the client shall be able to repay the loan. 18. State 3 of your greatest strengths. Most interviewers will ask you to mention your greatest strengths to see your confidence and decide whether you are a suitable candidate for the job. Highlight your strengths that make you an able person for the job. Sample answer. My first biggest strength is that I'm a fast learner. I prefer learning the ropes of a job while working in the field, and I can honestly pick up the nitty-gritties quickly. Secondly, I would say that I have a growth mindset. I always keep the window open for new learning experiences and apply them in my profession. Thirdly, I consider communication skills to be one of my greatest strengths, making me suitable for this profession. 19. What are your weaknesses you need to work on? Recruiters also test your honesty and integrity to see whether you own up your weak points. Handle the question intelligently and speak about ways to combat your weakness. Sample answer. One of my weaknesses is that I tend to take on too much stress while handling several important responsibilities at once. Stress isn't good on both personal and professional grounds. While it can take a toll on my health and ultimately hamper my work, it may also lead to mistakes and confusion if my brain is too stressed out. I have been trying to reduce my stress level these days by organizing and scheduling my responsibilities to simplify the work at hand. 20. Why do you particularly wish to join our financial institution instead of others? Recruiters would like to hear an honest answer here to see why you are keen on joining them. Research well about the bank and mention positive reasons why you wish to work with them, and not just any bank for the sake of money. Sample answer. Even though there are quite a lot of financial institutions catering to clients, I would like to be a part of this company because of its great reputation. The selection of loans offered here, and the utmost dedication towards customers, has made it a renowned and trustworthy institution. It would be an honor to extend my skills and capabilities towards the progress of the company. Conclusion. Interviewers shall test your personality, occupational behavior, situational intelligence, and basic technical know-how about the job profile with these questions. Organize your answers carefully to highlight every reason they should hire.